Today on Hearts of Heroes, 2 high-rise rescues in Kansas City.
They just said that there was a window washer that was suspended.
First,
he was between the 24th and 25th floor.
I recognize this could be a pretty hairy situation.
the first would take training, courage, and the help of 2 unsuspecting glass workers.
It was a shock once we saw him.
Then, a second window washer in danger.
It was a window washer on the side of a 8-story building.
We just knew that we were gonna go to work.
Anything above 4 flights that you're gonna fall, that's unsurvivable.
The speed on getting to him is the highest priority.
True heroes are always ready to rise to any occasion.
Being a high-rise window washer is not for the faint of heart. Suspended hundreds of feet above the ground with only a harness to hold them, these workers face real dangers every single day.
When a rigging system failed on Kansas City's tallest building, one worker was left dangling 24 stories in the air. With his life hanging in the balance, rescuers had to find a way to reach him before time ran out.
Kansas City is the largest metropolis in the state of Missouri.
It's one of the few large metropolitans that are actually still growing. In the last couple of years, it's grown by 40,000, I think. It's growing fast.
As the population soars, so does the skyline, and the tallest is One Kansas City Place.
It's big. That's the tallest building in Kansas City.
At 650 feet, it's also the tallest building in the entire state, which means firefighters have to be trained and ready for any number of high-angle rope rescues.
It's something that you do very infrequently, but you can make no mistakes when you do it.
Everybody has to be extremely proficient in what they're doing.
Because rescues often require a united response, local fire agencies train together to save together.
We have to know that when we do come together to do a job, the right hand knows what the left hand's doing.
In September of 2024, 2 Kansas City fire companies would join forces to rescue a window washer dangling outside this huge structure.
It's reported a window washer fell. The building's approximately 43 stories. He is hanging off a rope.
So the call came out as a tech rescue. They just said that there was a window washer that was suspended.
I recognize the address. It's the tallest building in Kansas City. Being the building that it was, this could be a pretty hairy situation.
Rescue 25 was the first company to arrive on scene.
As soon as we turned onto the street, you could see both of them hanging out quite a ways up on that building.
The 25th floor of this towering building sits 370.8 feet above ground. That's roughly the height of a football field standing straight on its end beneath you.
At first, it was unclear whether one or both of them were in danger. Fire Captain Ryan Cummings was able to call the window washer on his phone.
He answers his cell phone while he's hanging from the roof. His partner lost the ability to grab a hold of his descending device and couldn't ascend or descend, but he had stuck around to help him out and just stay with him through the whole process.
Their only option would be to send rescuers up to the roof to set up a high-angle rope rescue. A very high-angle rope rescue.
The plan was to either lower him or figure out where the next ledge is. If we can just raise him 30, 40 feet, then that would be a lot easier than lowering him all the way to the ground. So they headed up to the very top of the roof and then was able to find an anchor point and then start sending the rope down to the window washer.
But these rescues are both complicated and dangerous, putting both the rescuers and the victims' lives on the line.
It was between the 24th and 25th floor, and there's a large ledge that offsets from the roof. You have to get the rope past that ledge down to him.
Just sending someone that far down, we probably would have had to connect multiple ropes. A lot more moving parts, way more complex, more high risk.
Down on street level, Captain Cummings had an incredible stroke of luck.
I saw a kid walk by with a glass repair maintenance shirt on and just turned and talked to him. Hey, do you work for? And he said, yeah, I do.
They just came up to us. They're like, there's a guy stuck outside and he needed help.
Coming up, window workers become unexpected heroes.
It was a shock once we saw him.
Somebody starts to panic, you never know what's going to happen.
But first, you don't need to be a pro to get in trouble cleaning windows. If you're climbing a ladder, these quick tips can help you stay safe and stay on your feet.
When cleaning hard-to-reach spots at home, using a ladder is often helpful. But if you're not careful, a simple task can turn into a serious accident.
Always inspect your ladder before use. Follow the manufacturer's instructions and be sure to use a spotter to keep that ladder steady. Always maintain 3 points of contact. For example, 2 feet in one hand or 2 hands and 1 foot. And skip the flip-flops or slippers. Always wear shoes with a solid grip.
Most ladder falls are preventable. Be sure to climb smart, stand steady, and stay safe.
A window washer in Kansas City, Missouri was trapped, dangling 25 stories outside the state's tallest building. Rescuers prepared to make a risky, high-angle rope rescue when something incredible happened.
By sheer chance, 20-year-old Lucas Berry, who worked for a local glass company, happened to witness the unfolding drama. Firefighters who recognized the company name on his shirt approached and asked him for help.
I mean, they just came up to us. They're like, there's a guy stuck outside the window. Can you guys pull this glass? And we're like, we can look at it.
I went back to the battalion chief and told him, it's like, you're not gonna believe this.
The plan now was to remove a pane of glass from a 25th story window and try to pull the man to safety. At that moment, a unit from Rescue 31 Company arrived and took over the next phase of the operation.
We were going to the middle of the building to try to access the patient that way.
Rescue 31, along with the window repairmen, headed up to the 25th floor.
So I was in the elevator with the glass guys and turned and I said, have you ever done anything like this before? And they looked at me and just kind of shook their head with a little deer in the headlights look.
My adrenaline was going. I'm thinking, like, what's going on? I mean, it was a shock just out of nowhere.
When they reached the floor, the glass repairmen got to work.
We have to figure this out real quick. And then once we saw that we could do it, we carried on and we tried to do it as fast as we could.
Meanwhile, rescuers began setting up rope systems to pull the man in.
We had to set up a haul system, which we could get him in, and we also wanted to set up a safety system just in case anything was to go awry, we would have a secondary.
First responders had to move fast. They knew the longer the window washer was in his harness, the more danger he was in.
The harnesses can cut off circulation, just the mental aspect of being hundreds of feet above. And if somebody starts to panic, you never know what's going to happen.
Adding to the unease, if that glass dropped, it would crush, cut, or seriously injure the very man that they were trying to save.
It would have been awful. It was a big piece of glass, you know. I was like, man, I hope they don't drop this right on this guy.
Carefully and meticulously, the glass repairman removed the window.
It was pretty nerve-wracking, especially when we broke the seal of the window and you feel the wind push us in. Honestly, we weren't expecting it. It kind of threw us off for a second.
Being 25 floors up, it changed the environment dramatically. Temperature change, the noise, it just turned a little bit more dramatic.
With the man in arm's reach, tethered rescuers pulled him inside.
Once he's grabbed and he's secured, everybody's grabbing him and pulling him in. Everybody's happy he's in. He was ready to be finished. He just wanted to get back down.
It was a good feeling to help someone who needs your help and wants it. He was very grateful.
I was ecstatic that he was safe. You know, everything went smooth, nobody got hurt. Like, everybody's completely safe through this whole ordeal, and all of our training worked out.
Of course, this rescue couldn't have been pulled off without the two unsuspecting repairmen who were at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, heroes there. They made our job much easier.
That's pure luck. That was amazing. It'd be awesome if we could have that on every call that we go to.
It made me want to become a firefighter. I mean, I love that. Just the environment around them, how they all work together, that's just something I thrive for, and I wish I was able to do it.
Coming up, another window washer just miles away, dangling 100 feet over the side of a building.
So anything above 4 flights that you're gonna fall, that's unsurvivable.
And later,
Let's do this.
We'll take you inside Kansas City Fire Department's harrowing high-angle rescue training. Across the country, firefighters train relentlessly for what are known as high-angle rope rescues. These operations are rare, but extremely dangerous, demanding constant practice and unwavering precision.
When a window washer's rigging failed and left him suspended high above the ground, firefighters had to put that training to the test. It would take courage, focus, and flawless execution in a daring attempt to bring him down alive.
In September of 2024, crews from the Kansas City Fire Department had rescued a window washer suspended 25 stories above the ground. Just 2 months after that initial high-rise rescue, they were faced with an almost identical situation.
We were told that it was a window washer on the side of a 8-story building. The first arriving crews confirmed that.
He was on some gear that failed when he went over the side.
As we pull up, kind of gave a quick glance up. We saw him kind of hanging off the rope, and we just knew that we were going to go to work.
First responders planned to use their ladder truck to reach the victim.
Firefighters quickly assessed the scene and were met with a sobering reality. Their ladder truck couldn't reach the trapped worker. The building's towering height and tight layout left them without a clear path up.
They tried utilizing the aerial truck to get their bucket in position to possibly reach them. They were not able to do that, so we kind of knew that we were going to be doing a rope rescue.
Started making our way inside and up to the elevator to the rooftop.
He was approximately 20 feet down from here, which is 8 floors up from the ground. Anything above 4 flights that you're going to fall, that's unsurvivable.
Teams began setting up a rope system to lower the rescuer down. Fortunately, the structure had built-in anchors for them to attach their rigging. They began setting up the rigging, but they also had to check where he was physically and emotionally.
The number one thing is to talk to him and see his state of mind. And in this situation, he was very calm, very easygoing.
But physically, he was not out of danger.
This gentleman had been hanging for quite a while, so you're worried about suspension trauma, which can affect your heart, throw you into a cardiac rhythm. The speed on getting to him and getting him onto our system and being safe is the highest priority.
With the rope line set, they lowered a harness.
We bring an extra harness down called a victim harness, and we lace a harness onto him. We clip him onto our rope system, so he is now on our haul line system, our lowering system, and our harness system.
After we got everything set up, I feel pretty comfortable on rope, so I get lowered down to him and I hook my system into his. Then I pull him up so that he is off of his rope so that we can disconnect him from his rope, and now he's just hooked to me.
We just decided once we actually had him on our main line and our safety line, it would probably just be easier just to lower him straight to the ground.
The man was unhurt, and the rescuer's second mission, a resounding success.
You couldn't ask for it to go better. I mean, everything went smooth. I think under 15 minutes from the time the first fire truck arrived.
You get that feeling, you get that excitement for them getting to do what they've trained and trained and trained to do. And now they get to actually perform. And it's exciting for me to watch.
It made us look great, and I thought it was a home run. Everybody did a great job, and it just shows through all the training. You got to be prepared for it, trained for it. It couldn't have gone any better than it did.
Coming up, an inside look at the Kansas City Fire Department's world-class training program.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe I'm doing this.
But first, a little inspiration on how you can honor the heroes who risk it all to keep us safe.
Firefighters are always ready to protect us, and they need our support now more than ever. With over 70% of fire departments in the U.S. staffed by volunteers, community support matters.
There are plenty of ways to show up for departments that depend on you. Drop off cases of water, high-calorie snacks, or quick heat meals for crews in your local area. Host a drive, sponsor CPR training for your neighborhood through your local department, or support local events like Fire Safety Week.
Even small gestures make a big impact. These heroic men and women protect us every day. Let's return the favor.
Technical rescue teams are an elite class of heroes, trained and ready for any extreme emergency.
The rescue division is kind of our special forces. Special operations is actually what we fall under, and PD has like a SWAT team. We have tech rescue.
The Kansas City Fire Department trains hard, and not just at their world-class academy. Recently, they've turned a massive sports arena into a real-world training ground.
Going to the stadium, it just gives you a different reference. It's totally different than what we usually do at the tower.
Sheldon Yellen, of our sponsor, Belfour Property Restoration, suited up and jumped headfirst into one of these heart-pounding rescue drills.
To see what it's like to do some high angle training. What exactly do you have planned for me here today?
We're gonna put you over the edge about 85 feet in the air. We're gonna treat you as if you're a simulated victim, and we're gonna come down and rescue you.
Why is it that you're training here inside of the stadium instead of outside on a ladder or on a little tower or something like that?
The height of what we're training at today is a realistic environment. It's high up off the ground. It's challenging for our rescuers. They have to overcome the fear of getting over the edge and effecting a rescue.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe I'm doing this.
So just to give you some confidence in your equipment, each one of these ropes can hold over 10,000 pounds. You're in great shape.
So two of them, 10,000 pounds
One
each.
rope will hold 10,000 pounds.
You guys get a call, truck pulls up, you jump out and just go and do this without thinking about it because somebody else is at risk.
We think about it before the call so we don't have to put as much thought into it during the call.
It is unbelievable. Let's do this.
So you're gonna lean back, try to keep your knees straight, and really force your butt down. You're doing really good, that's perfect.
Look at that.
Awesome.
Okay, wow, this is something. This is crazy. If you're ever in a position that you need to be rescued, you just better thank your lucky stars that the men and women of the fire department practice and train and aren't afraid to come and get you and literally save your life.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. When I was hung from 85 feet and then Kyle came down, the waiting time, watching him get closer to me was incredibly tough. This is unbelievable. You had to believe in them. You had to trust them because at that point, you're 85 feet in the air and that's your only hope for getting down. You can be in need of somebody and you can be in a desperate situation, but to stay calm, listening to the first responders' instruction is absolutely critical to a successful rescue.
All right. There we go.
And you guys do this. It's just, it's crazy. Oh, man.
It's just another day at the office for us.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Nobody understands what you guys do. No lay person could understand this. I just came down from that 85-foot high catwalk. I'm still shaken from being let down. And I can tell you that if you're ever in a situation, you got to listen to their instruction. You've got to trust and believe in these first responders. Don't doubt them. Just believe.
The two rescues you just watched have sparked an important conversation about safety protocols for high-rise maintenance workers and the importance of job safety.
It also highlighted the courage, focus and high level of training displayed by the Kansas City Fire Department. And as I experienced firsthand, these first responders put their lives on the line to save others and prove why their work is nothing short of heroic. And we'll see you next week for more powerful stories on Hearts of Heroes.